Hi Hollywood Lifers, it's Bonnie
And Chloe.
So we want to talk to you today about the story of the day, well, one of the stories of the day, Jennifer Lopez confessing all in the new issue of Vanity Fair. And I think that we were pretty shocked, number one, to see her on the cover when her split with Mark was just 3 weeks ago, and for her to talk about it inside. Weren't you, Chloe?
I was completely shocked. Okay, so she was married to Mark Anthony for 7 years. He's the father of her 2 twins, Max and Emmy, and I definitely do not think that Jennifer should have uttered a word about the breakup. She did the interview before they broke up, and then Vanity Fair called her back a few days, when they announced the split. But she never should have talked about it.
I did find it surprising, too, that she came out and she said that Mark was controlling and that she felt she needed time for herself now. I was surprised, but on the other hand, I say, Jennifer, you lived with him for 7 years. He controlled you for 7 years, so I can completely understand why you just want to be able to finally speak your mind.
But these are passive fighting words. She also says in there that she respects Mark, his career goals, and that they're going to have to work together, and that he's the father of their children. But she also says
that she still knows that no matter whatever happened, he would be the one that she would call if anything happened.
True, but Bonnie, she also says that she believes in love and she would like to love again. She also says that this is the only time in her life that she's truly loved herself. I mean, these are things that are going to upset Mark, and I just think that her children are going to read this one day. This was only 7 days after she announced the split on July 15th.
But I think that's one of the reasons that you can forgive her a bit. Clearly, the emotions are so raw. It took so much out of her to make this split. I'm sure that it was a very difficult situation for her to live under for all that time. And I mean, this is hardly like what Kate Gosselin has done, where she's repeatedly slammed John Gosselin and said that he was a bad father and said that he is irresponsible. And I mean, as she said, everything. That's nothing like this.
I'm not saying that Jennifer Lopez doesn't have class, but I will say that this is her 3rd failed marriage. And look, obviously things didn't work out.
Look at the creepy guy she was married to first that's been trying to sell her videos, her naked videos ever since.
Look, it's not her fault. No one goes into a marriage thinking that it's going to end in divorce, but this is just too soon. She should have stayed mum on the situation at least for a couple more weeks, a few more months. It wasn't worth it just to get on the cover of Vanity Fair, gush a little bit about your ex.
I'm sure she already had the cover of Vanity Fair, and so I don't think that it was about trying to get publicity. I think that she was just being honest, and she probably was so bottled up, and that's the point, it was just so close that the emotions were so near the surface that kind of slipped out.
Well, look, I think that she's just self-serving, and just like she reportedly is asked American Idol for $20 million to come back for another season.
She said that's not true
I'm just telling you that, Jennifer Lopez is only out to benefit herself, and she's going to talk about people and passively throw them under the bus, and you know what? Mark is just standing in her way, and so here you go. Now we know all the details. There's nothing, there's no sanctity to any of this. She
Chloe, I think you are very, very harsh, and you clearly have never been through a really tough...
I've never been married.
You've never been through a tough relationship, and one that went on for a long time, and, I don't think in any way is she throwing Mark under the bus. She said a couple of things. She was being honest. I respect her for being honest instead of faking it and saying that everything was perfect, because clearly it wasn't perfect. But I think she's still done it in a classy manner. So anyway, Hollywood Lifers, you tell us what you think. Was J-Lo right to speak out or wrong? Was it too soon, or should she never have spoken out at all? Okay, bye.